JELLO, Communications 1010. JELLO has quite a history. In 1897, fruit-flavored gelatin got its first name by somebody of the name Mr. Waite, Pearl B. Waite. He was a carpenter and a cough medicine manufacturer from New York, and he developed a fruit-flavored version of the first original patented gelatin. His wife, May Davis Waite, named it JELLO. The very first flavors were strawberry, raspberry, orange, and lemon. The first JELLO advertisement, however, did not run until 1902 in the Ladies' Home Journal. It features smiling, fashionably correct women in white aprons proclaiming that JELLO gelatin was indeed America's most famous dessert. And this was also according to, this information was found in Wikipedia.com. No matter what season or occasion, you couldn't possibly go wrong by serving a dish that included the use of JELLO. Think about it. How many get-togethers have you, yourself, someone you know, gotten together, gone somewhere where they have served a dish that has contained JELLO? Whether it's a reunion, a graduation, a birthday, Sunday dinner, a church function, and of course, holidays. One of my most favorite personal recipe dish that contains JELLO is the JELLO poke cake. And narrowing that down would be the JELLO holiday poke cake. It is a recipe that works for any occasion. It can be altered for any occasion, from Christmas to birthday to Easter to 4th of July, anything that you want it to be. All you need to do is possibly change the colors of the gelatin around and the decorations on the outside. The recipe for this JELLO poke cake is quite simple. The recipe contains 2 baked 9-inch round white cake layers. They need to be cooled. 2 cups of boiling water. 1 small package of raspberry JELLO. 1 small package of lime JELLO. And 1 tub, 8 ounce, which is the smallest of the 3 sizes, of Cool Whip whipped topping thawed. Everybody pretty much knows this recipe, however it is posted at craftsfood.com. The directions is quite simple as well for this poke cake. You just basically prepare an ordinary white cake mix according to the directions. You can either leave in or you can omit the oil. That's just a personal preference when it comes to taste. Oil is basically there to keep the cake moist, and when you're adding gelatin to the cake liquid, it kind of replaces the moist that the oil would, so you can in fact actually leave that out. After baking the cake in 2 9-inch pans, you need to unmold the cakes. Wash the pans and then put the cooled cakes back into the pans, top side up. After that, you need to poke in holes in each cake with a fork. Of course, when they're cooled. The holes should go all the way through the cake to the bottom of the pan. The entire cake should be perforated this way, with holes every 1/2 to 3/4 inch. You can do this, forks work great, chopsticks work great. Toothpicks are actually a little bit too small. You don't want to do too many holes because you don't want to have a great big crater in the middle of your cake that soaks up everything and takes away flavor from the rest of the cake. You use 1 small box of gelatin and 1 cup of the boiling water for each layer to stir and dissolve it completely. You need to pour the gelatin liquid evenly over each cake. The holes in the cake will allow the gelatin to seep into the cake evenly. Place each cake in the refrigerator until the gelatin firms. It's approximately 3 hours. After that, you're going to once again need to unmold the cakes. And how you do this after the gelatin has been firm is you need to dip each cake pan into warm water for about 10 seconds. Any more could be hazardous because it would then reliquefy your Jell-O. You unmold them onto serving plates. After you set the first one down, you want to put about 1 cup of the Cool Whip over the top of the cake. Unmold the second layer, place that on top of the first cake layer, and frost the remaining cake with the remaining amount of Cool Whip that you have. After that, you can decorate the cake to whatever you want it to be, whatever event that you're trying to have it ready for, birthday, Christmas, Easter, anything like that, with candy sprinkles, fruit, anything of the sort. After that, you want to make sure to refrigerate the cake at least 1 hour or until ready to serve, and then store any leftover cake in the refrigerator. This recipe again is found on craftfoods.com. It's quite popular. It's very yummy, and it's sure to please anybody. So this holiday season, I encourage you to try this recipe or any other recipe that contains the use of Jell-O. It's sure to bring a smile to anyone's face, and it is definitely a comfort food.